forever. We'll go beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. That's forever. We'll go. Ooh, baby. We'll go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Just try to be a better guy, But wait. Man, they got a good girl, and they really feel they go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
The girls, man. Some things you gotta kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Dum 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 you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello?
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil John. As always, my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek. Oh, no. Hold up. Wait a minute. Yes, sir. We are here. We are live. What's going on, my brother? Talk to me nice. What's good? Oh, my money done yet? My money done yet? Yeah, we're getting on there, my brother.
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's going on with you, my brother?
I good, man. I hear about it, man. To tell you the truth, is a bit of a down of the up and down, but I got a plan in action. How it is get back on track. You got to endure the ups and downs and rigors of life, but nothing that I don't think it can handle. What's up with you? What's going on? How is everything going?
I'm here. I'm ready, and I can't complain. I went to the little ones. Went had a meeting with her teacher. She's very well in school, so I am great, man. I cannot complain in the least. Had a good workout. Ready to practice. I'm here now with you. Ready to crank. This is what episode this is, Neil? 195? Yeah, 195.
195.
See my Marlon here early. Big respects, Marlon. So yeah, man. We are ready to go. I'm good, man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Ready to go. Start up the show. Yeah, man. So tell me, that's a good segue, man. Tell me about G-Syndicate, the virtual concert, everything that you got going on with G-Syndicate. You're releasing some tracks. Talk to people, man. Talk to people.
Yeah, man. Releasing some music. You know it is. We released some music a few weeks ago. Got another tune coming very soon. Then we can have the album in a little bit, in a couple months. So we getting everything ready for that. We are preparing to do Sage again. They've asked us to come back and do another night. So yeah, we are willing to do that as well. So we just getting the music ready for that. We got rehearsal tomorrow night. We got the guys, Kiamal, Mark, Brett, Wade, and Hugh. Kiamal would have performed last night with Crossfire in Worthing Square. Apparently it was a vibe with them, so big respects to Crossfire. We're up on listening to that, so it's always good to hear that they're still around up and doing anything, rapping soca. So big up the guys. We are up for the Going On Awards for R&B Song of the Year, Gin and Tonic remix with the Daddy Mole. So
the chief.
Go over to that. I see we got a link here, so pinned in the chat. Yeah. So you can go over, hit the link, and go to R&B Group of the Year, R&B Song of the Year. Vote for G-Syndicate in the Group of the Year. Vote for G-Syndicate and Mole for Song of the Year, Gin and Tonic. So yeah, speaking of the Going On Awards, we here at the Senate Podcast, we too have been nominated for something for the People's Choice, Going On People's Choice Awards. We've been nominated for the Senate Podcast of the Year. And we all know which is the podcast of the year. We know this, but let's make it a formality, guys. Go over there, hit the link, give the Senate Podcast a vote. Again, we say it without fear. This is episode 185. This is 2 years running we're doing the show, which means that you get 100 episodes per year. Live streams.
So much content.
Shorts, right? Yeah. So, shoot. And you can vote every day, so please go and vote every day. We'd appreciate that. So yeah, let me make it a formality, even though we already know who's the podcast of the year. But again, make it a formality. And let me say here, even if we don't win, we still appreciate all of you.
Yep.
For coming through, having these discussions, having these talks. And I say that we gotta support people who do anything as well. So let me send you this. Also, I got this invitation from a friend of mine, the Holy Trinity Church.
Oh yes.
They are hosting men's talk. This is from the Men's Empowerment Network support, and it's about sex. It's for men only, an open discussion for men only. Great sex, poor intimacy, great intimacy, poor sex. And this is going to be hosted, it seems, by Tony Olton. So let's all come out. It's going to be at the Holy Trinity Church in St. Philip, up by King George V Park. All right. So, it's a bit of distance to travel, but let's support that. I think I really want to remember to go and support. I go out my ideas in my head to do these things, and then I forget. So let's go and have a listen to another content creator. Well, not content creator, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. People in the space are doing things.
That talk anything.
Yeah.
In the support of men. So let's go support that. I don't know if you got on screen.
Yeah, you're on screen already. You're on screen.
Right. It's Men's Talk, hosted by Tony Olton. It's going to be the Holy Trinity Church Hall opposite King George V Park in Ruby, St. Philip. That's Saturday, 6 to 9. It seems to be free, open discussion. So come on, fellas, and do that. And since it's that kind of thing, we'll be talking about free. We're talking about the King's Gathering also on May 6th at Ginger Lily Hall in the Bell Estates. And that too is going to be free, and we are going to be having presentations for that particular afternoon. We're starting at 10 o'clock. We're going to be doing presentations on building a small business, mental health, finance, law, fitness, and spoke to my guy for the past 2 days. He is going to be coming to do a mixology, mixing my guy Choco Menage. So those of you who would have heard us talk about Choco Menage several times on this show, he is going to be in the crank, and he's going to be doing some mixes, showing you how to put together your drinks, that kind of thing. And hopefully everybody will be able to get a little bit of a sample of it as well. We're going to have developing a small business. I think I said that, but if I didn't, repeating it. So come on out. We have information for everybody at the King's Gathering. Even if you're not a man, ladies, you can come on through. You're not excluded because you got males in your family, and we want you to be able to share the information with them. So come get back to them. Bring them, if you don't want to come and carry back any secondhand information, bring them to it. It's absolutely free. Just come on out and let us have a mix, a mingle, and a good time.
Tell them the dress code. Tell them the dress code, brother. Tell them the dress code.
Yeah. Don't come up in the place. And the saying I might audio is a little spotty. Not sure were you hearing Neil, but see Jason in the house. Jason Bell. It was really to show Jason last week, but he was celebrating his birthday, so he didn't come through. But thank you for the blessings and more blessings to you, my brother. Good to see you in the crank tonight. Yeah, 484 subscribers. So if you're now here for the first time, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. Also, as you come in, folks, hit the like button. That's the price of admission. Come on through. I hope the audio has improved. Marlon, let us know in the chat.
I just toggle a setting there. So it's to do with the connection though, but I can only do so much about that. So
yeah. We're working out, Flo. The dress code, as Neil was saying. Come out suited up, booted, gentlemen. If you feel a real blazer, I've been assured that the AC is working in the Ginger Lily Hall, so you can wear a blazer and come through, blazer and jeans, blazer and slacks. If you want to be really formal about it, come through. It's the King's Gathering, not the Parole's Gathering. So dress accordingly. Ladies, keep that in mind. Come through, dress like a queen, and let me represent and do it on a certain level for the Senate podcast, for the King's Gathering.
Sir, and that is on May 6th. We have a lot of things planned there. We got a lot of things going on. Should be a great show. It should be a great. I would like to think of it as a convention. It is yeah. You know what I mean? Because
it's a convention.
It's a convention. Because at the end of the day, we have plans to make it something that happens more than once a year. Something that happens where a lot of men could come, and not like they used to have Man Up, the men's expo. Not something like that. Is he somebody seeing your light bulb? Sounds like light bulb. Anyhow, but yeah, they used to have Man Up. Man Up was good, but we're not putting in the stereotypical things of cars and half-clad naked women and that sort of stuff. Like, yes, those are components of men, but men are far more than that, especially as you get older, right? Not every man is into cars. Not everybody. Well, we're trying to encourage men to not only be into scantily clad women, right? So, while those things are important, and indeed there are spaces that are needed for those things, we can try to tackle it from another space, right? So yeah, King's Gathering, check it out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do this space, the live stream every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We come 8 o'clock Barbados time, and we talk the things wrong regularly. This is a non-dipsy doodle space where we talk the things direct. And to speak to that for a moment, right? I know like a lot of people, if you watch our content back to back, or even if you watch our content like maybe your first time, you may see this as a channel that bashes women. Our content does hold women accountable and responsible, right? And that is not the case. Well, there is blame on the women's side, there are blame on men's side, and we indeed hold the men accountable. But there is enough around that in the space where men are being held accountable, so we don't see a need to pile up on that, right? And some of the things we see around the internet and everything like that, we just want people to open their mind and to think. We want people to understand that, women are not beyond reproach. Women should be held accountable for certain things and decisions, and to help men discern that, and everything is to pick up, and there are certain behaviors that you just walk away from, just in a need to deal with it, right? So I understand some people may see us as whatever they see us as, and that's fine. After 2 years, we can't care no more. At almost 200 episodes, we can't recheck them up. So, but yeah, like our content, share our content. Let's build our content. We have shorts. We do shorts. I can get to the shorts. We got some, trust and believe, we got some wild shorts. We had a session last week with Dr. Kerry. We had a theme. We covered 4 of them. And I want to get to them. So I can I can try my best to work on those and release those. And yeah, the shorts are a bit lighthearted. You all get to see just how wild the streets are. And we try to disseminate some information in there, some advice, something that makes sense, that's cogent. But by and large, sometimes it's be so wild, man, it's just go roll the 6 and see what you get. Roll the 2 dice and see what you get. You know what I mean? Because it's just wild. Anyhow, no, as I said, every Tuesday or Thursday we come here in this non-dipsy doodle space and we talk the things we're all wriggling about life, love, and relationships from the perspective of 2 Caribbean men. Before we do that, Derek usually goes on social media. You can give us a like and a follow. If you look in the lower right-hand corner under Derek, you will see all of our social media information. Derek would usually go on our Facebook page particularly, and he would post the topic that we are talking about for the next episode. And of course, this is no different. We are talking about the enemy within. Basically is asking the question, are men really women's enemy in the gender war, or are there forces of which women need to be mindful of? And I shared this earlier, and some people said they're interested to see how it can spin, how we can come about it. But over to Pastor Marshall. Let me get Pastor Marshall here, so on screen here.
Put Pastor on screen.
Get the pastor here on screen. Let's get the Pastor Marshall here. Preach, my brother.
Well, all right, man. Before you really get into it, again, folks, hit the like button, and we are 484 subscribers. Let's see, we got 14 people watching so far. So hit the like button. That's the cost of admission. And let me get it. Give me the intro.
Right, let's get it. What is right?
Let me say this. I don't have a problem with the trans community at all, but this shit is getting ridiculous. If you say as a trans woman, you want to be called her, she, whatever you decide, even though you are a trans woman, if you want to be called her, she, fine, I'm going to respect that, and I'm gonna do that. So me as a woman, if I say don't call me a cis woman, I'm just a woman. You should respect that. I'm not no motherfucking birthing person. I'm not a chest feeder. I'm not a bleeder. I'm a fucking woman. And that's what the fuck you're gonna refer to me as. And you cannot ask for respect while disrespecting women. And that's what the fuck we get for trying to be allies and shit. Look, now they just trying to wipe us the fuck out. Now look at us, we're looking stupid. Dumb shit.
Now, before we continue, I want to say goodnight to everybody in chat. I know Derek would have talked. Shout out Marlon, shout out Aston, what a go on. Shout out Jason, shout out DM Seeley. Don Marie, what's going on? Cherish, thanks for joining my man Justin Marvel. You can check out this Just In, the sports show every Monday at 8 p.m. Barbados time. We talk sports from the American sports, and yeah, you can get into it. Steve, shout out to Buju Vaman and Tango Fox. Anyhow, my brother, let's get it.
Well, all right, let's get it. In the past 2 years, right, we've been doing this. We had an anniversary last week. Right? So in the past 2 years, Neil and I have been labeled all kinds of things. Right? We've been called misogynistic, chauvinist, sexist, and Lord knows whatever is they are. But at this stage in the channel, I view Neil and myself as social commentators. We simply call things as we see them, not what we would like them to be, but as we see them. Now, a few months ago, we did a live stream entitled Designing Women. And in that episode, we attempted to show you guys one of the main enemies against the advancement of women. And they kind of hinted at it in the intro video. And tonight, I'm going to expose yet another. I said to you then, that contrary to popular belief, men are not the enemies of women. And I am here to double and triple down on that. Now, are there men from whom women will need protection? Of course they are. Are these men in the minority? Certainly. Right? Every man is out there just, taking advantage of women. More often than not, men want to protect and provide for their women. Neil, if you could, I'd like you to run the intro video for me again. And I want you guys, as you listen, to know the last thing the lady in the video says. As a matter of fact, you could fast forward it to the end and see if we can get the last couple seconds of it, right?
Get the last. They can go from, let me say, yeah, I can go from both.
And that's what the fuck we get for trying to be allies and shit. Look, now they just trying to wipe us the fuck out. Now look at us, we're looking stupid. Dumb shit.
Stupid.
Yeah. What does she say? She says, that's what the F we get for trying to be allies. Ish. Allies. What is the definition of an ally? Well, you put it on screen for me. An ally is a state formally cooperating with another for a military or other purpose. And that's significant when we talk about gender war and all that. So we cooperating for a military purpose. And we heard Claudia Jordan talk about this united force when she was talking about what Saucy Santana had to say when he said that gays run the world. I don't know if y'all remember that. As a matter of fact, I think it was in that very same episode, right? Saucy Santana, he got up on stage, he said gays run the world. Claudia Jordan was very upset about that. The perception seems to be that women and the LGBTQ community need to combine powers like Voltron to protect themselves against men and their toxic masculinity. But I put it to you guys tonight that there's an even more insidious and dangerous enemy of which women need to be mindful. What am I talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's have a watch of this recent video from Mr. Let Go. I'm starting to like Mr. Let Go more and more. Real insightful guy. A little bit brash sometimes too, which works for me. So let me watch Mr. Let Go's video and come back.
1 second. Hold on.
All the girls girls get money. This is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls that's in love with themselves. This is for all the girls that done did it by themselves. This is for all the girls that's INDEPENDENT. This is for all the girls that be living stress free. This is for all the girls on a mission like me. This is for all the girls on a mission like me.
On a mission like you? Bitch, you married. Tierra, if you don't sit your bored, attention-seeking, misleading black woman ass down some down where?
Yeah, boy. That had the socials on fire the other day.
Yeah. That was Blazing Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you heard the video, and you heard Mr. Let Go's response. The lady in the video, for those of you who are not acquainted, and if you miss what Mr. Let Go said, that's Ciara, the singer, performer. Ciara, who had a baby by Future, the minister of misogyny, as we call him on this particular channel, right? She had a baby by Future. Then she had enough of Ciara's prayer. Went on a couple shows, cried about not having a man. I know who is very much married to a multi-millionaire that dotes on her. Is now trying to push the I don't need no man narrative to black women again. But because I'm who I am, I felt it necessary to bring Ciara's prayer. Yeah? So let's have a read of Ciara's prayer.
Yeah, man, you there.
Because I had heard about this before, but I never really paid any attention until I started to prep for tonight's show. So I suspect most of the men in particular are in the same boat as I was. I want you to process what I'm about to read to you guys, all right? And it goes, Jesus, I need you. I don't fully understand everything right now, but I know you have great plans for me. I'm hurting, but there's purpose in my pain. I need you. I need you to restore my faith in love. Give me strength. I know I can't do it all on my own. I'm tired. I don't want to hurt no more. I don't want to feel like this ever again. Thank you for hearing my cry. Thank you for hearing my heart. I know you'll do what's right with it. Thank you for never judging me. I'm broken, but I'm beautifully broken. I know you will help me put all of the right pieces together. I know my pain is not in vain. I know that my baby is the most precious gift you've given me in life. Thank you for that. Thank you. Cover and protect us, Lord. I pray the next man of my life will be my husband. I pray he loves me, leads me. Here you go again. I pray he loves me, leads me, guides me, reassures me. I pray that he holds me. I pray that I have everything I want and need in him. I pray he will love me the way that you love me. Your love is unconditional. You are the way, the truth, and the life. In you there is hope, Lord. You say love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy. I believe in this pure love. This is what I want, Lord. Thank you for reminding me who I am. I am a queen. I deserve to be treated like one. I'm a warrior. I will get up. I'm a child of God. I'm everything you say I am. I'm an overcomer. I'm built for this, Lord. I'm ready in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Who's selling a Mazda? Who's buying a Honda? Yeah. After I read that, the video that Neil would have showed prior to that annoyed me even more. Thankfully, she received a lot of pushback from black women in particular. So I was hopeful when I saw it on Sunday that maybe black women are beginning to see the okie doke. The woman who wrote that prayer that I just read, and here's the thing, folks, she only wrote that prayer, she had it answered. She's now doing a few things all at once. Well, first of all, she's essentially spitting in God's face, belittling the husband that she prayed for and got, and then belittling the importance of nuclear family and simultaneously encouraging the strong, independent narrative again. So she is encouraging women. Let me go the other way. It seems she does not want for women what she prayed for herself. Yeah? Be careful. I say she's encouraging this narrative again because this isn't the first time that we've seen this kind of snake oil salesman situation occur. Let's have a watch of an even older video from Jess Hilarious. Come back.
I'm a little mad about something. We trying to live up to this hot girl, city girl shit. I'm talking about we walk around, fuck these niggas, pop this pussy, get this money, fuck a bitch. And our fucking leaders are in love. These bitches in whole relationships. These bitches teaching us how to hop on and off dicks, steal money from niggas while they sleep, how to finesse a nigga out of his drugs so we can go sell it. And they over here living happily ever after. We keep standing at the bottom of the steps waiting for Megan and City Girls to drop more songs with more instructions on how to fuck our lives up. These bitches is rich and in love, bitch, and we broke and single. Well, I ain't broke, but I'm for the people, so I'ma act broke today. Megan, you wanna help us? Rap about how you got money back, yo. Young Miami is happily in love with a nigga who says she ugly with her wig off. If that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck is. Nikki, how did you get Kenny? Cardi, how you still going strong with Offset? Iggy, how did you get Playboy? That's like taking relationship advice from a single bitch. Come on. Did you want us to be hot girls, but y'all having a Sierra summer? Shit.
There you go, love it. I have to love it.
That's about all you can do is love it. I just told you guys, all the leaders, her term, not mine, all the leaders are living lives contrary to their songs. I remember a couple years ago, an artist here in Barbados went to his studio with John Doe. And during the interview, the song was about drinks, right? You know, that's what we sing about in Barbados. The song was about drinks.
Drinks are horny.
Yeah, pretty much. So John Doe made the point, but you never see you drinking there, though? I know you was a drinker. And the interview started to suddenly get a little awkward because you're living contrary to what you're singing. Cardi B would sing WAP. And in the song she says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. But then there's a video of her doing exactly that. So she got eyes Offset that she married her.
Yeah.
So she's sweeping the house and Offset is recording. Saying, look at this here. She says she don't do this in the song. But this is the women that are black women listening to. There's also a video, folks, of her stopping her own child from listening to her music. These are the modern day champions of female empowerment. As Jess said, they're telling you how to rob men, how to go from date to date. This is it here, right? And then they don't have the network of a Ciara or the network of a Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion to go on to get the man that they really want, right? Then there's Beyonce. Beyonce is the one who really capitalized on and monetized the independent woman thing. The lyrics like, to the left, and all the ladies independent. All the single ladies, put your hands up. Yeah. It's essentially encouraging women to be comfortable, separate from their men, and destroying the concept of a nuclear family in women's minds. After all, you can do battle by yourself. You don't need a man for much. The problem here is that she isn't following that advice at all. In terms of Beyonce, right? For herself, Beyonce is choosing her husband, her family, their legacy, even in the face of infidelity, public infidelity. This is like the politicians that greenlit policies that impact the masses, but then they go home to the gated community. But that's another discussion for another time and another forum. This is like my man Steph Curry, that all about, equality and this and that and next and third. And then when they say, well, hey, we want to put a complex low income housing essentially in your backyard. He will flee the petition to stop him. But again, that's another story for another time. we have to be careful from whom we receive our messaging. Yeah. I had a conversation with Dr. Carey a couple of days ago. We were discussing the essence of masculine and feminine nature. We looked at the order and structure of the masculine in contrast with the chaos of the feminine. How these two are supposed to complement and work with each other. And by the way, now that I say that, Dr. Carey will also be here with the King's Gathering on May 6th, and she will do a presentation on exactly that. So let's go for that, right? Here's the thing, folks. Let me backtrack a little bit to the ladies that are in the chat or listening and watching. Chaos for a woman is not a bad thing. Yeah? It's supposed to disrupt the man's order in a good way. Yeah? Because again, when we think of order and structure as good things, so much of that, they get a little monotonous and a little boring. Nobody wants that. Right? Woman's chaos is supposed to disrupt that. And but not break, if you want to call it. Anyhow, I digress. Folks, there is money in keeping female nature separate from male nature. There is money in that. Separate women from men, and know that's two households, which means two sets of bills, which means two sets of money. Coming to the people, two sets of taxes, everything. It also means that women don't have the opportunity to consume more without the control. And yes, I'm using that word deliberately, without the control of a man. Ladies, you know, when you live on your own, you can buy all the Birkin buys, the Michael Kors, the nails, lashes, weaves, wigs, and sandals you want. But if there's a man there, at some point the man can say, all right, don't need that. Take it easy. But they encourage women to not be under that cover, not be under that order, not to be under that structure, so they can take more of your money. At some point, we got to start seeing the okie doke, right? But for some reason, we keep buying into these lies that women are better off without their men, even in the face of a preponderance of evidence to the contrary. Over the last 2 years, on this very channel, no matter of fact, I said 2 years, but it's more like 2 weeks, Neil. We have seen Lala Anthony, Tracy Ellis Ross, Rochelle Carey, Taraji P. Henson, and the recently appointed patron saint of the channel, Tia Mowry, all expressed some semblance of regret about the choices they made in terms of their relationships with men. And then we had Sierra's prayer tonight, right? Imagine the gall, the gumption, the unmitigated temerity for this woman to be living in the lap of luxury. Let me call a thing a thing. Her husband makes hundreds of millions of dollars. She makes millions of dollars. Her husband is a bigger mobby. Imagine the unmitigated temerity to be living in your lap of luxury. If you want whatever you want, you could call your husband. He present it to you. You got that for yourself. Here it is, you encouraging women. Talk about one that don't need a man. Like if them don't want that too. Imagine that. Embracing these lies continues to do women more harm than good. So we have to ask, who is telling women these lies? So let me be clear, Neil. Let me be clear. Like, you know, Derek Jackson about they're heavy. But even he get run off the set, right? Women don't want to hear anything from men. So we know it's not men telling women these lies, except for Derek Jackson, Stefan LaBosse, yeah, they're men, right? But those men are not saying that women don't need a man. Yeah? They will tell you that you need a man, but the men don't deserve you. There's a difference. Women will have to be the ones to tell women the truth. Because at the end of the day, all black women, this is the point here now. this is where we can stop saying not all, right? All black women, they have to bear the collective ethnic image. Watch me now. Watch me. When people view us, they're not going to say not all. They're going to say black women. So when the black women get on TikTok and Instagram and they talk about, oh, men are leaving the US to go and pick up women from the Philippines and women from South America. And then they say that the women down there are uneducated or destitute. And those women decide, we ain't taking that bad, we gonna clap back. When those women clap back, they ain't clapping back specifically at the women that say what I have to say, the disparaging things on TikTok. They're clapping back at who? All black women. In the very same way that black women will say that all men is dogs, and all black men ain't shit. Only this afternoon, at work, heard a little girl at school say that all men's, yeah, she said men's, all men's is pigs. She's 10. Yeah, anybody want to guess where she get that from? If you think she get that from home, put one in chat.
Must certainly
So
get that
it
from
ain't
me.
men. Yeah, it ain't men. It's going to be necessary for women to check women. So study. Ladies, if you don't want to be in the bracket, the bonnet wearers, and the women that twerking in public, says twerking is now a healing process. If you don't want to be counted amongst the unnumbered dead, as the old man will tell you with the drinking rum, if you don't want to be counted amongst the unnumbered dead, it's going to be on you. It's going to be on you to tell your fellow ladies, well, look, you got to do better. You got to do better. Unfortunately, though, women prefer to hide behind buzzwords and catchphrases like narcissism, misogyny, patriarchy, sexism, and even white supremacy, race, in an effort to duck accountability for the decisions they have made. All right. This next part, I swear to you, it's no joke. Women have now come to the point where they are willing to blame universities and colleges for not achieving their dating goals. Shit, you know. Don't believe me? Let me take a look at this article from Insider. Let's get that on screen here.
Yeah, you do.
Why aren't college-educated black women meeting their match? A viral TikTok of white female college graduates showcasing their engagement rings. We showed that video last week. While waiting to receive their degrees, sparked a conversation online about the pressure on young women at southern colleges and universities to get engaged before graduation. The phenomenon has many names, but is perhaps most commonly trademarked as ring by spring or obtaining an MRS degree, Mrs. degree. While the terms can have a negative connotation, don't know how that's negative, but anyhow, implying that a young woman's main intention in attending college is to find a partner, it sheds light on the very real experience of young white women finding their life partners on campus. Now, this happens because, and let me explain. We don't have it as bad in West Indies because our communities are significantly smaller. But in the US, and a friend of mine, she explained this to me. She was living in Germany years ago. She said, men will approach and be very, very forward because there's so much expansion of land. The countries are so large that if a fella don't approach you tonight, there's no guarantee he will ever see you again. So this is, these ladies understand getting your man at college or university is important. Why? Because after you leave university, you are university, you got many humanities, social, whatever, you got all of them options. When you leave the university and you go into the world of work, the only people you will consistently be exposed to are those with whom you work. Yeah. So these girls go to college and they understand, let me get in here now, that they're getting good, right? Now, carrying on. It isn't comparable to the experience of college-educated Black women who are 53% less likely to marry a well-educated man with at least some post-secondary education than their white counterparts. For Black women attending college, we are really striving to level the playing field or become economically stable. Our goal is to secure a career and in turn secure our families, said Angelica Bean, the assistant director of Howard University Center for Women. Howard University being a historically Black college and university, right? Securing a spouse isn't the ultimate agenda for us. Doesn't mean we are interested in it, but it isn't the reason we are choosing to further our education at said institution. The marriage squeeze. Whether dating to marry or focusing on dating at all is a priority for Black women in college. Uncontrollable factors like systematic racism, preference, and stigma in a society influenced by Western beauty standards play into the experience of singlehood amongst Black female college students. According to the book, The Dating Divide, Race and Desire in the Era of Online Romance, young Black women, like most everyone else, want to marry someone who's similarly educated. Understandable, right? There's no fault in that. But in a society where Black women are among the highest educated female demographic in America in terms of post-secondary education, and only 36% of Black male students complete a bachelor's degree within 6 years, the dating pool drastically decreases for college Black women seeking an equal on campus. We have an economic system that creates real inequality, in particular for Black men. And so you have a situation known as a marriage squeeze, where Black women tend to be more highly educated than Black men because of the different ways in which a racist society impacts men versus women. Carrying on. Issues like a higher mortality rate among Black men, both for health reasons, but also systematic violence, including police brutality, affects the gender proportions in the Black community, right? So when the daddy know, man, is what they make women can't find a man, right? When the daddy know, protect itself. In terms of challenges surrounding completion of secondary education, factors like being a first-generation college student, needing to work a full-time job while in school, or not having the savings or financial support to afford tuition slow down the rate at which Black men graduate. And we know that this is true across the board, across the world. Men are less enrolled than women in universities. Now, this is the interesting part. A hostile dating environment. While Black women have the lowest rates of dating across race lines, predominantly white institutions, PWIs, from here on out, don't necessarily create an inviting environment for those who are open to pursuing love outside their race. These are Black women in an institution that is increasingly hostile towards people of color, particularly Black women, said Professor Currington. Black women often don't feel comfortable or welcome in what is a pervasive romantic scene, which is the hookup scene, the parties, the drinking, fraternities. Those are often white men's territory on campus. The outstanding images and stereotypes assigned to Black femininity that devalues it as something that is deviant and undesirable also plays a role in why Black women are being approached less on campuses. Right? These white supremacist initiatives wrote history paint Black women as aggressive or hypersexual on the one end, but also non-feminine on the other hand. A lot of people internalize these images, and of course, they're also pinned against white femininity. Blackness, particularly gendered Blackness, was not framed as something that is beautiful, that it can be desirable, and this impacts people's experiences. On dating apps, Black women with a college degree are more likely to be passed on by non-Black men than a white woman with less education. So right there we see that your education really doesn't matter that much. But what did the lady say? Right? Black women is aggressive or hypersexual. They don't feel comfortable with the hookup scene, the parties, drinking, the fraternity life, right? No. People internalize these images, and they're also perceived as non-feminine. Folks, I was talking to some guys. I was talking to guys in chat. This is 2023. 100 years ago, minstrelsy was a thing. Like people playing the part of black people, black face and stuff. They paint the face black and all that. We don't know minstrelsy, right? We got intelligent people in the crime. 100 years ago, minstrelsy was a thing. And back then, black women were portrayed by white men as what? Aggressive and non-feminine. 100 years ago. This still pertains today. This still pertains today. Non-feminine. These are the complaints we are hearing today. And when you go on the dating apps, black women are least desired. Now, at some point, women will need to take a look in the mirror and acknowledge that some of the wounds from which they suffer are self-inflicted. Yeah. It is not and cannot always be someone else's fault for the challenges that women are experiencing. It just can't. Say the men in the good, and put it down low, in jail. And these are still things that you are pushing today, even though the numbers come out that ain't really true. Right? I don't know how many jailbirds here, I don't know about you. Right? That is not the case. If you know jailbirds, the jailbirds, that's a serious pool to be in. So it cannot always. At some point, you gotta look at yourself and say, you know, maybe I gotta do something a little different here. Listening to and following the advice of women like Beyonce, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Ciara is a surefire way to find yourself in these streets at 50 and uncovered. Much unlike those women who got their house locked down. It can be race all the time because you got the opportunity to interact with those men and those guests. What you're not living in a vacuum. Those may have the opportunity to observe you, and because black women love social media. Social media has not exposed our women to the world. Ladies, men are not your enemies. I know you've been led to believe that is the case. But take a closer look. Take a closer look. And see who peddling what. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to see the enemy within.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Let's like the content, share the content. Let's build the content. No, I don't know, man. You know how it's starting to feel there. I feel as though, when you have conversations with people that watch our content, not all, but some, and some people are critical of. I remember one time, for example, someone told you that instead of seemingly bashing women or pitting men against women, that we should be coming with solutions or speaking in a manner to better have better understanding and relations with women, right? And we spoke about it and we said, in those moments where you try those things, you try speaking and saying, this is what men feel, this is what men think, etc., etc. Or you have those spaces where people would listen out, whether it's a radio program, a television, anything. People generally don't care what men have to say, particularly when it comes to women. And we find that the more abrasive you are, the more the more the message would be heard simply because people waiting to hear what negative you will say next. Now, our context is not like that. Our reality is not like that. We both come from it from a psychological standpoint in that we find it fascinating that there's a conundrum or an oxymoronic way with which people do the things that they do, particularly women, right? And this is one of those examples where you can see Ciara, a married Ciara to Russell Wilson, All-American black quarterback, Russell Wilson, paid Russell Wilson.
Straight lace guy.
Right? And she talking about all that video of Ciara singing about single ladies or whatever, all the independent ladies, that was not 50 years ago, that was today. Well, you get the joke, but it really was not years and years ago.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, that was literally a couple of days ago. And what we try to do in this space, right? Yes, we speak to men, but we hope that the message could permeate and get toward women, the female community, that they can understand that ain't everybody in your camp that means well for you. We have to understand that there is a disconnect, particularly in the black community, with the black man, right? And as much as men have a lot to do with it, again, we always say men got a lot to do with it. We have to do better. We have to be better. We have to dress better. We have to take care of ourselves better in terms of mental health and physical hygiene and everything like that. We have to get our money up. We have to move with purpose, move with respect, and move with dignity. We have a lot to do. Shoot. We hear that almost daily, that men need to get more education. Men need to, be about their purpose. Men need to stop, spending money and time on things that are frivolous and don't make sense. We agree on that. We agree that men need to up the thing. But the reason why we would have moments like this where we speak toward women and the enemy within and that sort of thing is not bashing women. It's just for women to kind of look in the mirror. Now, I know for some women would be tired of this messaging because they kind of get it. They understand. You know what I mean? Like women that would say, yeah, that's a subset of women that I can't relate to. There are some women that would hear us speak about the types of women that we're talking about and be like, yeah, every week when I talk about these women, every week when I talk about this divide, every time when I talk about that, but that doesn't help. You know what I mean? But two things on that point. The first one being whom the cat fit, let it rear, hit dolls is holler. And the second point on that is that you would be surprised how much of this relates more to you than other women. Because sure, you might not be wearing a bonnet, you might not be out there being ratchet or twerking or doing whatever, but there's a certain mentality of the modern black woman that is pervasive in our community, and it causes women to have less than favorable outcomes when it comes to their dating and relationships. Now, I'm not saying that this is exclusive or am I saying that it is all black women? No, I'm not saying that. There are some women that ratchet that got a husband that life good. You know what I mean? I ain't saying not, but I'm saying that you have to understand that there's a reason why we keep bringing this content. And this is exactly part of the reason. Because, we would get called, and Derek would have said it very succinctly. Well, not succinctly, but he said it very eloquently. He would have spoken about how content like this, like what we do, would be labeled misogyny, patriarchal, all of the narcissism, etc., etc., etc. Whereas female content creators that empower women to behave as independent or as free as they want to, they would be seen as champions, and women would be wanting to hear and share that message, right? Like empowering bad behavior, right? And it is misleading because catlet and doglet. Shoot, a lot of these women that are, first things first, let me say, right? The average black woman that is married and going about her life being a traditional woman and doing for her husband and family, they are not in the streets. They are not on social media doing these things. Not en masse. They're not out there twerking. They're not doing these things. Why? Because that is not, as RDB was saying, certain things ain't for my children. Certain things aren't for my family. It's about legacy. And what do we want our legacy? I spoke about this, I think it was last week. What do we want our legacy to be as black people? Black women, what do you want your legacy to be? Right? Like there's a fine line between black culture, black identity, and the legacy that we are portraying and putting out there. because I understand there are things. For example, black people always had the swag, right? Black people always were trendsetters and the leaders in looking good. Shoot, you could put a black man or a black woman in near, damn near anything and they're gonna look sexy. You know what I mean? Like they have a demeanor about them, right? A je ne sais quoi about them, right? That has them at the top when it comes to fashion icon, whether it's the melanin in our skin, whether it's the way just our attitude of look, shoot, we're the coolest cat in the room, whatever it is, we always are the trendsetters. But we still have to be mindful of the trends we set. Working. That bonnets. What we say ratchetous, I can't forget say.
Ratchetiousness.
Ratchetiousness. Yeah, right? But these challenges that come up and you half naked covering up your boobs, we seeing all these birthday shoots. You turn in a milestone and you half naked. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are we putting out there? We're not telling anybody not to do these things. Not telling anybody not to take pictures and celebrate your body and the journey you've had and everything like that. Like, everything that deserves to be for public consumption. You understand me? And it's not every person you're supposed to listen to. We always say, whether you choose to listen to us or not, we have faithful supporters. They're here in the chat. And then we have detractors, right? Regardless of which side of the fence you fall on, we do not expect you to blindly listen and follow everything that we say. We live in an era where everything could be fact-checked. They're contrarying narratives. You can go out there, you can listen to any and everybody. And I implore people, I do it. I just listen to the blue pill. I just listen to the red pill. I just listen to Fox News. I just listen to CNN. I just listen to all. Why? Because I am trying to gauge what is real and what I should rate it with a grain of salt, and things to make me question and to think. I don't do it often, but I do it, right? And when you look at how society empowers women to be hypersexual, right? And to be as free with their body, to behave as body as they want. When you hear narratives like body count don't matter, when you hear narratives that, I don't need no man, I could have sex with whoever I want, I could do all by myself and stuff like that. And then on the flip side, all the bad repercussions that comes from sex and sexual consensual activity, you blame it on the man. It's like, we get blamed for so many things. We get blamed for a wide range of all the ills in the world. Shoot, in another space here, in season one, we were told to abort black boys because men are dangerous. Men exclusively are dangerous. We have people come in our chat and said, specifically, men, if there were women, they would have a gay friend and a dildo because men are dangerous. That sort of rhetoric is very dangerous, right? Because society wants men to be better. Society wants black men to be better, right? They're holding the mirror. They're forcing us to look at the mirror, to damn near public scrutiny and cancellation. We have to look in the mirror. We have no choice. But we quick to get called out. But as soon as you want to hold up a mirror to women, you are seen as all of the negative things and labels are thrown around. Right? We just want there to be, teach them the spelling there, Derek. We just want people to think, particularly before you click send. For sure, we telling men, think before you get in bed with a woman, think before you engage a woman, right? Because that person could determine almost 99% of your happiness going forward. You understand? All of those things are important. But be imploring women in every trend you see out there that you gotta take up. You see a woman saying to somebody put in the chat, was yesterday, a woman. What she was speaking about the plus size woman. What the plus size woman was talking about, Derek? The Indian woman, man.
I think it's an age gap thing. Age gap dating or something.
Yeah. Oh yes, age gap dating. So we are shamed for example, if I'm 43, if I date a woman in her early 20s, I am seen as a groomer. I'm a pedophile. I'm all of these things, right? A groomer, a rapist, all of these things, right? Meanwhile, when the reverse is said to have happened, it's all right. It's cool in the hood. You understand? Nobody ain't got a problem with those things, right? We understand there are double standards in society, and there are some double standards that exist that, unfortunately, society's way of thinking is going to have to shift. But then there are some double standards that are damning because it causes a narrative that can only apply to one person. It doesn't apply to the other subsets of people, right? So, and I made this comment before. I find that there is feminism has defended all things feminine. That was, to defend, empower, protect, and to uplift all things feminine. That includes homosexuality, that includes transgender people, all things that come from the feminine, right? And that is fine. Those things want empowering, those things want rights, those people need to live a life where they are not oppressed, they are not downtrodden, they can live an existence. The problem is now that defense of feminism has turned into this belief that anything opposite to that is negative. Anything that is masculine is just bad, right? And we see things in society that makes it it's contradictory, because women always talking about toxic men, but yet exhibit traits of toxic men. You understand? You want power, you want money, you want to be sexually liberated, you want to use your power for whatever you want to use it for. Shoot, that is a toxic man. That by society standards is a toxic man, right? So here tale, there's no such thing as toxic femininity, but it's toxic masculinity. Because if I'm a woman, I sleep around with 100 men. That's what men been doing for centuries. That's what men been doing for millennia. I could harm my man and things like that. That's what they're doing, right?
But here's the thing, though, Neil. I would argue that that Ciara is doing is very much indeed toxic femininity. She, Beyonce, Cardi B, all of them. That is most definitely the definition of toxic, because you're spreading this thing and it's something that you aren't really living or abiding by. That is indeed toxic femininity. We may have a definition, Neil. You may have stumbled upon one.
Boy, so it is fascinating. So back to the enemy within, right? Is that y'all don't want men to speak about women. We cannot make mention to anything to do with the feminine, right? Men are the de facto free for all. Anybody could say anything about men. We could go to town on men. We could hold men to task, hold men, whatever. Shoot. Some people tell it. The reason why men come under such scrutiny is because men built the world and the patriarchy, right? So women fighting for equality to have a society that is not a patriarchy, but don't want the criticism. You see some women, shoot, women are the most free, educated, liberated, and in the Western world, we could go down the list. Women are the most of whatever in human history. And for all of human history, women got making the most money. Women are the most sexually liberated. Women are the most societally liberated and able to vote, do things, and everything like that. And that is great, right? But by the same token, you cannot expect to be so free in a society to do as you feel like and be beyond repercussion and beyond accountability. If you have power, if you have status, if you have money, if you have the ability to demand whatever you want to demand in the sexual marketplace and to do whatever you want in certain spaces, then you have to be held accountable when it doesn't go right. Because when it goes right, everybody want to stand up and take account. Yeah, that's me. That's me. When you're married to a man and he's a big shot man, the man buy you a Birkin bag, or the man carry you to Ibiza, or the man buy you a Ferrari. You all over the ground. When you go to the cliff for a 5-star restaurant and you all over the place, all of that getting highlight, showcase. Right? But when you make a mistake in the relationship or you do something that is toxic, you don't post that. Damn near you hold the man accountable. Shoot. We know of a person that speaks, shoot, and don't let me follow a couple. Let me just say that this happens. A lot of times when some couples break up, usually initiated by the woman. The woman says it is emotional abuse. You know, that man emotionally abused me. Right? On the surface, that sounds very gross. It sounds very disgusting, reprehensible. Nobody don't want to hear that word, abuse. Nobody want to hear that. That's an unsexy word, right? That's a disgusting word. Toxic word. So when you hear emotional abuse, like, oh, whoa, what this man do to you? Right? What this man do to you? And when you go down the list of the things from your perception that the man did or didn't do for you, not emotional abuse. Sure, you can say it's a disconnect. Sure, you can say the person needs some help, or the person may not be the right fit for you, or that the person needs to take stock of themselves or whatever, but it's not abuse. And that's the point. The point is, shoot, I always tell the tailor when I had a breakup one time, and I was talking to a female friend of mine. A female friend said, "What you do now? What did I do?" You know what I mean?
So it goes. Got to be your fault.
And you know, I was at work recently, and we were talking about infidelity, and you know, being a man that has been around there, sure, I don't know if I've ever hold a horn. I will not put my head on my block and say I didn't. You don't know.
You shouldn't.
Right? But I have shared a horn or two. And, you know, not usually, exclusively when I do that is usually when I feel as though the relationship, like, it's pretty much, we just together in name. You know what I mean? We just, everybody
in the departure lounge.
Right. We about to go, right? And we were continuing the conversation, and I was speaking about time when I had another breakup, and they said, "So wait, Neil, what you do now? Nah? What is you doing?" And I like, "What you do?" I you know what I mean? Like, there's this belief that anytime a relationship ends and a woman initiates any sort of breakup or divorce or anything like that, it is exclusively the man's fault. I had a friend of mine send me an article written by a man as to why his wife divorced him because of dirty dishes. The title was misleading. Well, not misleading, but it was just to get your attention. But basically what the article spoke about was the things that build up and build up and build up and build up over time that causes a woman to say, you know what, I have had enough of this. And it could be something as simple as dirty dishes, right? And while I could understand a bit of where that is coming from, I still think there's something to be said for communication, self-respect, accountability, self-reflection, and communication, right? I personally think, and I heard somebody say this, when you and a woman get together and start living together, that's when the real relationships start. To me, when you live with a woman, you gotta start from zero. You gotta start as if, you know, meeting this, you gotta start love all of the courting you do, the colors, and that's why, you know, a time there y'all would have said, we were talking the chat, and y'all said that the best part of a relationship for y'all is the getting to know you phase. Not for me. I don't care to know your favorite color. I don't know to know your favorite food. I'm not saying it's not important.
It's really not, but that's the happiest you're gonna be, because everybody put the best behavior.
Everybody put the best behavior. To me, give me the in the trenches part of the relationship, because it is all fine and good to say, yeah, what's your favorite color? No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, you're so pretty. Oh, I love you. Da, 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 da. Yeah, but let me live together though. Let me be together for an extended period of time. Let me see what's really going on, right? Because anytime we quick get into bed and all of a sudden it is I love you, but then when you start progressing the relationship, you're moving together, whether you realize you can't stand the person, that's when dirty dishes can be a problem. You understand me? You can hear women say, oh, he didn't do the small things. I heard a woman recently say that a man didn't see her. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you got kind of, we had a conversation recently about a young woman in the goings on. I ain't gonna say where she's from or what she's do. But, you know, she would have posted some stuff on social media. And, we were saying that, well, she done, give her an which thing. But essentially, she bet on herself by divorcing her husband, and she is losing. You understand what he's saying? Like she has put herself and say, you know what, I can do better than my husband. Essentially, my husband.
She graduated from her marriage.
She graduated from her husband. She got her bachelor's degree, and now she wants to go and see what life has to offer. But what she's really finding out is that ain't out here easy on the street. And Derek, you asked a very, very you asked probably the best question for 2023, and I think it would be a question that we should start asking more often. If you were to know, if you were to know beforehand that this person that you're leaving is going to be the last person will ever be with for the rest of your life, you divorce this man or woman, you leave this relationship, and you will never have another person again, would you leave that relationship? And that hits a little differently because a lot of things,
sure,
like there was a content creator that said it was Kevin Samuels, I can't remember, but the person asked the woman, if you knew, if you out here in the streets, right, and if you knew that your husband, you don't want to lose weight for your husband or whatever, but the next man that come on, if that person was to come along, would you lose weight for that person? If that person met all your requirements, the woman said yes. So it's like, we got to understand, yes, I understand the rigors of life and the day-to-day ins and outs of life is hard. And he's telling all the time, yeah, you love somebody, but every day you're going to like them. And every day you're going to like this person, shooting them. Like, got extended periods of times where you be like, I can't stand this person. But you have to somehow work out in your mind if this person is worth leaving and if there is better out there. You may think that.
But I think that's a scary part for some people to admit, that people don't want to say that they stay in a relationship because they can't do no better. You know what I mean? Because then that's a real serious reality check in that, yeah, this is your level. This is who you are. You are not as special as you would like to think you are. And so many people find that out. Fortunately, it tends to be women more often than not. Find out that they're not as special as they thought they were. And life has come at you real fast.
Brother man, that's a fact of life. So basically, I went all around world to come back to this, right? Like, it is all fine and good for you to take advice from anything. It's all good to be empowered and believe that you could do all by yourself. You don't need a man. That's good noise for the outside. But when you're on the inside, and you buying plants to get you through keep you company. You buying pets to keep you company. You going on Galentine's cruises and this and that. Next, you going on cruises with your girlfriends. You're going use the third wheel and third wheel and fifth wheel on double dates and dates. Right? You really happy?
And then going home to your apartment, much like Taraji. You talk about it. It shut that door, and it's just you in there. So
it's just you in there.
Let me get Keisha, man. It's just you in there.
I'll play again. Right? So and we are not saying, we want to be very clear too, we're not saying that a man or a partner is the end all and be all of life. But in the short term, companionship is something to speak about, especially domestic companionship. There's something to talk about. And then in the long term, legacy. Shoot, we see the brat the other day. The brat pregnant.
At nearly 50.
At nearly 50, 48.
Half 100.
She's a lesbian. She's pregnant. Like, do your all. Do you. We've always said that. Do your all. But stop coming around the place and acting like when the results don't be favorable for you, it's everybody else's fault. Like, I'm going through some stuff now in my life, right? Both personally and professionally. And I know that I am at fault. I know within myself that I am not doing the things I need to do to make sure that these situations don't play out. You know what I mean? And I gotta take a level of responsibility to say, you know, when you take your eye off the road there a minute, and you know, in the ditch, you gotta kind of pull back. You gotta course correct. You have to objectively look at your life and look at the situations that you're in, and you have to say, that is on me. I have done or not done some things that have caused me to be in this situation, and I need to do better and be better. You know what I mean? But we stroke behinds is like, this is this body fault. That shoot, hear that article that Derek read is white supremacy, no?
Is it colleges?
Is it colleges, no? You understand? Regardless of whose fault it is. Because to me, I'm a problem solver. I don't believe in adjudicating blame and looking for a fall guy and looking to pull off the mask off a Scooby-Doo villain. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for ways that we can move forward. Right? Okay, so whether it's from slavery or the white colleges, the white man, you know, they had on Dave Chappelle, Whitey, the man that was that was taking out OJ and all the black entertainers, right? Framing them for beer jump.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say there is an agenda by someone else to put down the black community. You mean to say that is the case? You have seen that there is an agenda to put down the black people, and you just can continue?
Just continue it.
You can identify that this is a problem, right? Aliens from space got black people twerking and with bonnets, and got women contentious and black men in and out of prison and doing beer jump, not being good fathers and things, right? So what you can do? You can blame the aliens and say, wait, am I fault? Cause it's the aliens is who do it, so I can continue doing it because the aliens is who got me doing it? No. That's like you drinking. That's like you drinking. You getting drunk every Friday night. Every Friday night you fall in a ditch. Every Friday night you drink alcohol and fall in a ditch.
A cursing shot owner.
And you cursing shot owner. You cursing the brewery. You cursing the MTW.
MTW.
Yeah, the roadworks. You cursing everybody and saying, well, I can't help it. Well, shoot, if these people met less rum that ain't so strong, if these people would just pave the roads, if the shopkeeper would not sell me rum, I would not get it. It is baffling. At some point, yes, other people can be to blame for things, but you too have to understand that you are ultimately responsible for your life and the outcomes that you have. I am not saying that bad things don't happen to good people. I'm not, shoot. Things just happen. I ain't talking about them situations, but you damn sure know that there are a lot of situations that the reason why you home right now and you all alone by your lonesome self, or you don't have proper or strong relationships is because of you. Shoot, I know that for me, I know that there is some introspection I have to do for me to become the man that I want to be in a relationship. I don't feel confident in a relationship right now. I don't feel like I am the person I need to be in a relationship. You think I can blame women for that? You think I can blame a previous ex? I at some point gotta look at myself and say, you know, Neil, you gotta go back to the drawing board now. Something ain't clicking over in your head. Something ain't clicking over in your emotions. Something ain't clicking over that you got to remedy. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
I can't blame Derek. I can't blame Dr. Kerry. I can't blame society, child boy. Society got men hypersexualized and just want sex and to be closed off and emotionally distant. So it's my fault that I'm emotionally distant. I blame that on society. I blame that on the man. You gotta look at yourself. You have to look at yourself and get the outcomes you want. You got to look at yourself. You want a man? You gotta do things to get a man. You want a husband, but you're willing to be a wife. Like, I just don't understand what we doing out here. You understand? A lot of us are fooling ourselves, and a lot of people need to go back to the drawing board. I see Derek, you send me a graphic, I can put it on screen.
Yeah, man,
I see,
please do.
I see Tygo Fox talking. Oh, where Tygo Fox?
Well, accountability. Let me talk about accountability. Recipe on string there, so Neil.
Oh, lucky there.
She came. Look, let me get me Hollywood voice. Give me some horror music in the background there, Neil.
oh wait, horror music. I got.
Yeah. Man, I got your X-Files, man. I got your X-Files.
Yeah.
Let me bring it a little closer to people. She came looking for love. Instead, accountability came looking for her. The accountability was truly chilling. I'm literally shaking right now. Whoever made this are incels. Accountability inspired by true events. Yeah, let me read this fine print here. So, a woman just wants to be held unless it's accountable.
That's so good. So good. That is so good. But yeah, long story short, man, you know, at some point you have to, whether you want to hold yourself accountable or not, that's fine. That we always say, you can ignore reality.
Reality all you want. But you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And because you've said that, let's go to the next graphic I've sent you, the one in all blue. Now, this one came across my table. It was forwarded to me, and it had the names of the person from whom it came has been redacted to protect the reputations of the innocent and guilty alike. And it reads, sometimes life alone isn't easy, especially at times when you really feel like shedding and sharing some emotional burdens. It gets hard as F. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, but the alternative of settling just to fit in is even more daunting. I don't just want someone there. I want someone who gets me, who sees me, who understands. You talk about that, Neil. Talk about being seen. Yeah. You talked about that 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Someone who sees me, who understands me, and most of all, who would appreciate me. I want what I want. Until then, #single life.
#single life. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't. Yeah.
Folks, it's 23 minutes past the hour of 9 in Barbados and rest of the Eastern Caribbean. What we're going to do, we got 2 videos we're going to show before we roll out of here, because we've been keeping up to date with the chat so far. And a matter of fact, before we punch out, let me encourage all of you one more time to hit the like button if you haven't already. This is episode 195. We are creeping up to episode 200 of the Senate podcast live streams. So please keep sharing the content. Please keep coming through for these discussions. We keep having some. I'm promising you now, episode 200 will be a fan submission night, and trust me, it is going to be.
Have you got something special cooking up? You got something special?
It's going to be some of the wildest stuff.
You
will see on that fan night, right?
We can do it a little big, yeah.
So yeah, again, go to the link at the top of the chat. The Going On Awards, vote for the Senate podcast of the year, vote for G-Syndicate for R&B Group of the Year, and also R&B Song of the Year, or Gin and Tonic by Mole and G-Syndicate. Also, put that on screen for me, Neil, the Men's Empowerment Network Service. I think that's what it's called. Let me just make sure. Yes, Network Support, sorry. They present Men's Talk, Great Sex, Poor Intimacy, Great Intimacy, Poor Sex with Tony Olton. An open discussion for men only. This is on this Saturday coming 6 to 9. Saturday, February 25th at the Church of the Holy Trinity Church Hall in Ruby St. Philip. That is opposite King George V Park. So let's come out and have, we need to have more of these discussions. So please come all out. So give this some support is vital. And then, of course, fast forward to May 6th at the Ginger Lily Hall. We're going to be having the King's Gathering. Come on out to that. We're going to have presentations on fitness, mental health. We're going to have a little bit of cocktail mixing from my man, Choco Minaj, developing a small business. Dr. Carrie Ann Peer is going to be here. She's going to be making a special appearance. She's going to be doing something on how the divine feminine and the conscious masculine and divine feminine, how they complement each other. She's going to be presenting on that. Fitness by my guy, Ryan Arthur from the Twin Gym. Finance by Timothy Marshall, a former student of mine, believe it or not. So he's going to be coming through and doing a presentation on how for you to save, to protect yourself, your family, how to invest. Tara Holdit, she's my legal representative with G-Syndicate. She will be coming through doing something on law, how to protect yourself and your family and your assets. So much assets and money around you, you need to protect it. So we're going to have all them presentations on that one day, right? Come out dressed and impressed, suited and booted, and we will be looking forward to seeing you in the place. So we got 2 more videos. I think that's all the housekeeping we needed to do. I see my man Tango Fox say he done vote on multiple devices. We appreciate that. He suggested we get some merch for the episode 200. It'd be great if we could find a way. Anyhow, we can work out something.
We can work out something. We can get something work out, man.
We can work out something. Anyhow, let me get into videos for Screen Day deal.
Get the first one here, so. Men don't criticize women.
Men can't criticize women, right? If men criticize women, then they're misogynists. So men cannot criticize women. In the same breath, they say women who criticize badly behaving women are pick-me's. They're pick-me's. They're just looking for male validation. So no one gets to criticize women. How convenient for the modern feminists. So women can behave badly. Women can label men toxic. Women can, be abusive. And somehow no one is allowed to criticize them because they will in turn receive a bad name, like a pick-me or a misogynist. How unbelievably convenient for the modern feminist narrative. This is not a pro-woman message. A pro-woman message, by the way, is that you should be able to criticize badly behaved men, badly behaved women. Do you want equality or not? So if you want equality, then you should equally be able to receive criticism.
We know that women don't want equality. Not in the true definition of the word. Sorry, not all. Yeah, let me get the other one there on screen.
Give me that, son.
Young girls, listen to me. I'm telling you what I know. Stay away from older women that is on your level. How do you know if they're on your level? Because you're 23, she's 43, and y'all going to the club together. You're 20, she's 39, and y'all double dating with the same group of men. Y'all relationship is not based off of mentorship or this my big sis that schools me or she helps me, I come to her for advice. Y'all like on the same level. She can't give you nothing that you don't already got or know yourself. Run fast, especially if they're single. Run fast. Young girls, let me tell you something. Them older women look at y'all, you younger, you hotter, you faster, you smoother, you everything that they used to be and know they'll never be it again. They can't see you as anything but competition.
Hey, man, I think that goes well for men too.
For sure. And that's the theme of tonight. Just be careful from where you get your messaging, because you don't want that, you're getting out there and you're just receiving some bad stuff. And we seeing it coming. We saw it tonight with Ciara and stuff like that. And just need one more time for the people that may not be acquainted with the video we were talking about with the ladies who are graduating with their ring by spring.
Okay. Here real quick. What was the last episode we did? Set sign.
No, you got it there though. Send it to you.
Oh shit.
Right, so yeah.
Get it here, so real quick.
You cover it. You just run down the screen so everybody can see.
Do we get married?
The last thing is the same.
Yep. Got it here, so all right. Do we get it?
Girls graduating with the MRS degree.
Yep.
That's
married.
Yeah. Source. Me and we don't make any rules. You just make sure you know what they are. Yeah. You can ignore reality all you want. You cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? Be the best version of you for you. We can see you guys on Thursday with another live stream. Look up for some shorts coming, because for sure we got some wellness in the crank. And also we be stepping up to episode 200, so look up for that. We trying to put some things in place to get something nice done for that. A little bit of a celebration. Yeah.
Celebration, bitches.
Yeah. Celebration. We can see you soon. Later.
Peace.